and welcome everyone. It's Sapphire. I hope everyone's having an amazing afternoon, morning, or day. So today we're going to talk about some special, unique numbers that have certain, let's say, superstitious connotations to them. And they do have spiritual significance to them, but not necessarily anything negative. In this video, I'll talk about why the numbers 13 and 666, for example, are not the bad numbers that you may think they are. So it was officially yesterday, but happy 6-6. Happy 6-6 portal anyway. I will get into the numerological and spiritual significance of the number 6 and of repeating sixes, and thus the significance of the 6-6 portal by extension shortly. Also, happy Pride! I hope everyone's having an amazing, joyous, fabulous, and safe Pride, that you all have the opportunity to celebrate, enjoy, and in defiance with community. Also, I want to say I'm sorry for my recent absence. I needed to take an absence for focusing on my financial situation and focusing on my mental health, my mental well-being, and I'll just say I'm in a much better situation right now. I will get into more detail on it in a future video. And next week I plan to have a special video dedicated to the LGBTQ community, to Pride, and also another video related to mental health, in which I'll kind of go into what was going on with my hiatus and everything as well. Before I get into it, please take a moment to like the video if you enjoy content like this. Comment down below if you feel called. Subscribe and turn on the bell if this type of content resonates with you and like to see more like it. And even donate if you feel called. Namaste. Alright, so let's get into the numerological and spiritual significance of the number 6. In numerology, the number 6 symbolizes love, compassion, and nurturing. It is associated with traits such as being supportive, protective, and romantic, making individuals with this number great partners and caregivers, but they should be cautious of being taken advantage of due to their selfless nature. The number 6 is the embodiment of heart. It represents unconditional love and the ability to support, nurture, and heal. It is a powerful force of compassion and empathy, and its warm light is a beacon of hope. Its role is to use its heart and soul to be of service to others. The number 6 in numerology shines in partnerships of all kinds, but especially emotional ones. It's empathy which makes others comfortable letting down their guard and being open and honest about their feelings, which in turn allows it to understand and provide the help that's needed. We could all use someone in our life which manifests the devoted energy of the number 6. So I hope you can start to get what I'm getting at. The numbers such as 666, repeating sixes, the number 13, they're not the bad numbers that you think they are. And I'm going to get into more of an explanation of why that's the case as well. But I hope you can already kind of see that, according to numerology and according to the wisdom of many spiritualists, it's not the number 6 and the number 13. they're not bad numbers that you may think they are, based on kind of cultural preconceptions and superstitions. So what is also associated with the number 6 is when a shoulder is needed to lean on, the number 6 will be the first to arrive, equipped with a kind of soft presence and heartfelt advice. It does not simply wait to speak, it truly listens and seeks to understand so it can direct its compassion and healing where it is needed most. Protective. The unconditional love of the 6 extends to all beings and allows it to speak up for those who don't have a voice. But this protection becomes especially fierce when it comes to family. Anything that threatens to upset the emotional or spiritual balance of its loved ones will awaken the ire of the 6. And they're kind of using a personification or anthropomorphization of the number 6 here in the script that I'm reading from. What that means is they're talking about people, personalities who embody the energy of the number 6. Obviously, the number 6 doesn't have any kind of personality, you could say. You know, they're talking about human beings, personalities that embody that energy. And in romance, the 6 is more romantic than any other number. It works hard to create peaceful, mutual relationships and is fluent in all love languages. The number 6 is only happy when its other half is happy. So it will direct all its time, support, and affection into making this so. Weaknesses of the number 6. Passive. In an effort to please others and keep the peace, the number 6 may allow itself to get taken advantage of often. More assertive, controlling energies can easily overpower the 6, who would rather go along with an undesirable option than speak up and make waves. Self-sacrificing. While its compassion is a virtue, the number 6 is so willing to sacrifice itself for other people and for the sake of harmony that it neglects its own needs and well-being. There's only so much one can give, and this number often overlooks that self-care would make it feel more balanced. As they say, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Idealism. The 6 expects everyone to treat others the way it does, which in its mind would lead to a perfect world. But that's not the way the real world works. And when this number realizes its ideals are unattainable, it may face extreme upset and imbalance. The life path number 6 in numerology. These are the lovers, the nurturers, the protectors. The path 6 is blessed with a huge heart that allows these people to be of great support to others. In this lifetime, they must realize the importance of self-love and acknowledge that their own needs are just as important as others. The number 6 in tarot and astrology. It makes perfect sense that the number 6 in a tarot deck is the Lovers. This is naturally a card that represents love and partnership and the efforts that are required to make them work. In the zodiac, the 6th astrological sign is Virgo. Just like the number 6 in numerology, Virgo is extremely self-oriented, or service-oriented rather, giving completely of itself in order to help improve another person or situation. The loving zodiac signs Taurus and Libra, both ruled by Venus, are also associated with the 6 and are both symbols of desire and devotion. So now that we know the spiritual and numerological significance associated with the number 6, what then is the meaning of the repeating angel number 666? Well, while it's often associated with negativity and the so-called number of the beast, well, it's an angel number, and I'm not talking about Lucifer. The angel number 666 in numerology is actually a message of balance, nurturing, and the importance of focusing on what truly matters in life, urging to you to reevaluate your priorities and to seek harmony. Here's a more detailed explanation of 666. It's not a negative sign, contrary to its association with the number of the beast in some religious contexts. The 666 angel number is not a harbinger of doom or of negativity. Focus on balance and harmony. Angel number 666 encourages you to find equilibrium in your life, whether it's between your material and spiritual needs or your personal and professional life. Nurturing and self-care. It suggests that you prioritize self-care, nurturing your relationships, and creating a harmonious environment around you. Realigning priorities. The appearance of 666 can be a signal to reevaluate your priorities and focus on what truly belongs in your life and what brings you joy and fulfillment. Trusting your intuition. This number can also encourage you to trust your instincts and inner guidance as your angels are trying to communicate important messages to you. Release negative thoughts and fears. This angel number encourages you to let go of any negative thoughts, fears, or anxieties that are holding you back. Letting go of attachment. 666 can suggest that you may be too attached to material possessions, perfectionism, or other worldly things, and it encourages you to release these attachments to create more space for spiritual growth. Family and home. It can also be a message about the importance of family and nurturing your home life, suggesting a need to find more stability and happiness within your domestic environment. Positive energy. 666 is not necessarily a negative sign. It can be associated with positive energy related to manifestation and attracting abundance into your life. What often comes to mind when I see 666 out in the wild is to not sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't hyperfixate on the worldly details. Focus on the bigger picture of what you're creating in your life and focus on being part of the creation of the highest and greatest good for all. Everything will be all right. Everything will be okay. Seek progress, not perfection. I choose to focus on the brighter side of life. I hold space for only peace and love in my heart and mind. Let go. Let go of fear, worry, doubt, and stress. I am worthy of self-love and self-care. Go with the flow. I trust the process. Let go of the ultimate outcome. Well, moving on, what then is the significance behind the number 13? The number 13 carries a significant weight in various cultures and belief systems due to its spiritual meaning. This guy delves into the symbolism associated with this enigmatic number, exploring its meanings from different perspectives. I hope by the end of this you'll have a deeper understanding of the spiritual significance of the number 13 and how it can impact your life. According to numerology, the number 13 is seen as a powerful master number with strong vibrations of intuition, creativity, and inspiration. Here are some key aspects of the spiritual meaning of the number 13 in numerology. Intuition. The number 13 encourages you to trust your instincts and to tap into your inner wisdom. It serves as a reminder that there's more to life than what meets the eye, and that we should always pay attention to our intuitive guidance. Creativity. As a creative force, the number 13 invites you to explore new ideas and express yourself through various art forms, whether it's writing, painting, or dancing. Embrace your creativity and let it flow freely. Inspiration. The number 13 is associated with the divine inspiration and spiritual guidance. It may appear in your life when you need a fresh perspective or a push to follow your dreams. Embrace this energy and allow yourself to be open to new ideas and perspectives and possibilities. The spiritual meaning of the number 13 in astrology. In astrology, the number 13 is connected with the astrological sign Dices, which is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusion, and spirituality. This connection links the spiritual meaning of the number 13 to themes of intuition, imagination, and mysticism. Here are some key aspects of the spiritual meaning of the number 13 in astrology. Intuition. As mentioned earlier, the number 13 is closely linked with intuition. In astrology, this intuitive energy is amplified for those born under the Pisces sign. They're often highly sensitive and attuned to their inner voice and spiritual guidance. Imagination. The number 13 encourages you to tap into your imagination and explore the realms of possibility. Use this energy to create new ideas, dream big, and manifest your desires. Mysticism. With its connection to Neptune, the number 13 brings a sense of mysticism and spirituality to your life. Embrace this energy by engaging in practices such as meditation, prayer, or connecting with nature. The spiritual meaning of 13 in other cultures. In Norse mythology, the god Thor had 12 thunderbirds, making him the 13th member of his group, which was seen as a sign of power. In ancient Egypt, the number 13 was associated with rebirth and renewal, symbolizing the transition from one life to another. In some Native American cultures, the number 13 is is considered sacred due to its connection with the moon cycle, which lasts roughly 28 days, and which is divisible by 13. It's actually divisible by 14, but we're using rough figures here, right? Roughly. Also, what I found really interesting and a little surprising is that the number 13 even has some positive associations within the context of Christianity. The spiritual meaning of the number in Christianity. In Christian tradition, the number 13 is often associated with Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus. This has led to a general fear and superstition surrounding the number 13. However, there are more positive spiritual meanings associated with this number within Christianity. And here are some of those key aspects. As mentioned earlier, the betrayal of Jesus by Judas is often linked to the number 13. This can serve as a reminder to be mindful of our actions and choose wisely who we trust. Redemption. Despite its negative connotations, the number 13 also represents redemption and the possibility of transformation. It serves as a reminder that even when we make mistakes or betray those who we love, there is always an opportunity for forgiveness, growth, and healing. Spiritual growth. The number 13 can symbolize spiritual growth and the journey towards enlightenment. It reminds us that sometimes we must face challenges and overcome obstacles to achieve greater understanding and wisdom. The number 13, often misjudged and feared, actually carries profound spiritual significance. It's a symbol of transformation, rebirth, and new beginnings. Rooted in ancient cultures and celestial cycles, it combines the energies of independence and creativity. In tarot, it signifies a fresh start through the death card, encouraging the release of old patterns. In numerology, 13 signifies the end of one phase and the dawn of another. It invites deeper introspection, urging individuals to embrace change and renewal. Those who explore the true essence of 13 will discover its genuine spiritual wisdom and potential for growth. Spiritual meaning of the number 13: transformation, divine femininity, and rebirth. So what is the spiritual meaning of 13? Key among them is transformation. It symbolizes major change, growth, and spiritual evolution. Also, rebirth and renewal, and it marks the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Divine feminine energy, it's associated with lunar cycles and feminine wisdom, being that there are roughly 13 lunar cycles that fall within a given year. Breaking superstition, challenging old fears and invites a deeper spiritual understanding. Sacred mystery, encourages exploration of esoteric truths and hidden knowledge. Empowerment, a reminder to embrace personal strength and authenticity. Death and resurrection, spiritually, it represents letting go of the old and to welcome new life. Alignment with the higher self. It signals a deeper journey into your soul's purpose and inner power. Origins of the number 13. From ancient civilizations to modern cultures, the number 13 has always sparked a deep sense of curiosity and intrigue. Its origins are steeped in history, transcending mere superstition. This number often appears in lunar calendars, as there are approximately 13 lunar cycles in a year. It also finds significance in numerology, where 13 combines the independence and leadership of 1 with the sensitivity and intuition of 3. This fusion creates a powerful symbol of change. Furthermore, the 13th card in tarot, the death card, signifies not an end but a new beginning, a transformation. By understanding these origins, one can appreciate the deeper spiritual meaning of 13, seeing it not as a harbinger of misfortune, but as a catalyst for growth and renewal. Symbolism in ancient cultures. Throughout history, the number 13 has held profound significance across various ancient cultures. In Mesopotamia, it represented cosmic cycles, while in Egyptian mythology, it symbolized transformation and rebirth. Similarly, the Mayan calendar revered the number 13 as a marker of time's sacred rhythm, each culture weaving its own spiritual tapestry around this enigmatic number. Mesopotamian spiritual significance behind the number 13. In the intricate tapestry of Mesopotamian culture, the number 13 held a nuanced significance, intertwining with their celestial observations and mythical narratives. Mesopotamians were astute astronomers, among the first as far as modern civilizations go, and they noted that 12 lunar cycles occurred in a year, with the 13th cycle marking renewal and change. This connection imbued the number with a sense of cosmic order and spiritual rebirth. Their mythology also reflects the symbolism where gods and deities often interacted in cycles encompassing 12 and 13. As far as lunar cycles go, the 13th cycle is seen as a symbol of renewal, cosmic order, balance, and change. Mythology, interaction of deities. Through these lenses, the number 13 transcended mere numerology, embodying deeper spiritual insights. Egyptian mythological associations. Embodying profound symbolism, the ancient Egyptians regarded the number 13 as a gateway to the afterlife and a harbinger of spiritual transformation. They believed that life consisted of 12 different stages, with the 13th marking the shift into the eternal dimension. This perspective offered a hopeful view of death, not as an end, but as a transformative journey into higher wisdom and existence. The number 13 therefore carried a dual essence of completion and new beginnings, reflecting the cyclical nature of life and the universe. By honoring this number, Egyptians embraced a broader, more soulful understanding of existence, encouraging a deeper connection to the mysteries beyond mortal life. Their reverence for 13 invites modern seekers to explore its spiritual depths. Mayan calendar insights. Drawing from their intricate understanding of cosmic cycles, the Mayans revered the number 13 as a symbol of divine order and spiritual progression. In the Mayan calendar, time was divided into various cycles, with the Tzolk'in calendar comprising 260 days, organized into 20 periods of 13 days each. This structure wasn't arbitrary. It reflected their belief in the harmonious interplay between the heavens and human existence. The Mayans saw each 13-day period as a unique phase for growth, reflection, and connection with the cosmos. And the number 13 represented the steps of transformation, aligning with their spiritual journey towards enlightenment. Their reverence for the number 13 underscores its powerful spiritual significance, offering timeless insights into the interconnectedness of life and the universe. Now, the 13 in modern numerology. Numerology reveals that the number 13 carries a potent blend of transformation and renewal, challenging individuals to embrace change with courage and resilience. This number signifies the end of old cycles and the birth of new beginnings. It nudges one to confront fears and step into the unknown with faith. In numerology, 13 combines the energies of 1, leadership, and 3, creativity, encouraging people to manifest their ambitions and dreams. The number 13 isn't just about upheaval, it's about growth and evolution. Those influenced by this number are often pushed to develop a stronger sense of purpose and adaptability. Embracing the essence of 13 can lead to profound personal growth and an enriched spiritual journey. 13 in tarot. In tarot, as I've mentioned, the number 13 is represented by the Death card, which signifies profound transformation and the end of one phase to make way for new beginnings. Contrary to popular belief, the Death card isn't necessarily something negative, and it isn't necessarily about physical death, but rather the shedding of old layers. It invites individuals to release outdated beliefs and habits, making room for growth and renewal. The card's imagery often includes a sunrise, symbolizing hope and new possibilities on the horizon. Embracing the death card means accepting change as a natural part of the cycles of life. It encourages one to see endings not as losses but as opportunities for fresh starts, fostering resilience and a deeper understanding of life's continuous evolution. So, what then is the astrological significance of the number 13? Astrologically, the number 13 carries a potent energy that often signifies transformation and rebirth, aligning closely with the cycles of the moon and the mysteries of the cosmos. It symbolizes the end of one phase and the beginning of another, encouraging individuals to embrace change and growth. The moon's 13 annual cycles reflect this powerful number's connection to intuition and the deeper layers of the subconscious. The transformative energy of 13 also resonates with the planet Uranus, known for revolution and awakening. Embracing the number 13 can inspire one to break free from limitations, explore new horizons, and trust in the natural rhythms of life. It's a reminder that within every ending lies the seed of a new beginning. Also, in sidereal astrology, which I will get into in greater detail in a future video, there are in fact 13 signs and 13 houses rather than the 12 in conventional tropical or synodic astrology. But I'll offer up a brief primer on sidereal astrology before I kind of explain the 13 signs and what that 13th one is. So what does sidereal mean? Of or relating to or concerned with the stars or constellations, stellar. Or measured or determined by means of the apparent daily motion of the stars, like sidereal time, for example. Tropical astrology is the most popular and well-known form of astrology used in the West. If you are in the West, this is likely what you are familiar with. It is also the most common astrology that you'll find online, for example. Sidereal astrology, on the other hand, is most popular in the East, particularly in India. Vedic or Hindu astrology uses a form of it. It is not as common online or in the West, and you may have only recently heard about it. So what is the difference between tropical and sidereal astrology? Tropical and sidereal are two different ways of determining your astrological signs. They are two different zodiac systems. Tropical astrology uses the seasons of the Earth for its zodiac system. Tropical starts the zodiac wheel at the vernal points. This is the point in the sky where the sun is during the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere. All planets that pass over the vernal point enter Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Sidereal astrology, on the other hand, uses the visible sky for its zodiac system. Aries begins where it's visible. Since this is subjective, there are many different forms of sidereal, but all forms of sidereal reference the sky, where the stars, where the constellations actually are in the night sky. So the 13 signs or houses of sidereal astrology are the 12 astrological signs that you may be used to from tropical astrology: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. But with a 13th sign called Ophiuchus, moving across the sky between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So what is Ophiuchus? Ophiuchus is the constellation that lies in the southern sky on the celestial equator. Its name means the serpent bearer in Greek. It is pronounced Ophiuchus. The constellation is associated with the figure of Asclepius, the famous healer in Greek mythology. It was one of the constellations first cataloged by the Greek astronomer Ptolemy in the 2nd century. Sometimes it is also known by its Latin name, Serpentarius. Ophiuchus is generally depicted as a man holding a snake, represented by the neighboring constellation Serpens, which is divided into two parts by Ophiuchus. Serpens caput, the snake's head, and Serpens cauda, the snake's tail. The snake is usually depicted coiled around his waist. The constellation Ophiuchus is often associated with the Greek mythological figure Asclepius, and Asclepius was a renowned healer known for his ability to bring the dead back to life. This power alarmed Hades, Pluto, the god of the underworld, who persuaded Zeus to kill Asclepius with a thunderbolt. Zeus then placed Asclepius in the sky as the constellation Ophiuchus. The association of Ophiuchus with Asclepius brings themes of healing, transformation, and rebirth into its astrological significance. Those with strong Ophiuchus influence in their chart may find themselves drawn to the medical field or possess a natural ability to help others heal. And what's also really interesting about Ophiuchus and the fact that it's called the serpent bearer and it's associated with a snake is that the snake, according to a lot of different cultures, spirituality, like you may have heard that everybody has like a spirit animal. You may personally feel that you have a spirit animal of some kind. Well, according to different cultures, the significance of either having the snake as a spirit animal or seeing the snake out in the wild, provided that you don't have a dangerous encounter with one, be careful, because they can be dangerous. But the significance of the snake in a lot of different cultures, mythology and spirituality, happens to be one of transformation and healing. Because think about it, the snake sheds its skin multiple times throughout its life as it grows. That's part of its life cycle. It just sheds its skin so that it can then grow into a larger form. So that it has become associated with themes of rebirth and renewal and growth in a lot of different cultures and a lot of different traditional spiritual expressions. So really interesting that it's also associated with the number 13, which also has that kind of association. Like I was saying, the association of Ophiuchus with Asclepius brings themes of healing, transformation, and rebirth into its astrological significance. And those with a strong Ophiuchus influence in their chart may find themselves drawn to the medical field or possess a natural ability to help others heal. It's also worth noting that the constellation's depiction as a man holding a serpent further reinforces these themes. The serpent is a universal symbol of transformation and rebirth. There you go, mirroring Asclepius's ability to restore life. Healer and transformer, Ophiuchus carries the energy of healing, not just in physical terms, but also in spiritual and emotional realms. This sign is often associated with individuals who have healing abilities or are drawn to professions in medicine, therapy, or holistic health. This attribute also extends to a metaphorical level where Ophiuchus signifies deep emotional and spiritual healing, guiding individuals through transformative experiences. Seeker of knowledge and truth. The archetype of Ophiuchus is often seen as a seeker, one who is always in pursuit of knowledge and truth. This aligns with the story of Asclepius, who was a relentless pursuer of medical knowledge. Astrologically, this translates to a personality that is intellectually curious, always searching for the deeper meaning in life, and often engaged with philosophical or existential exploration. Bridge between life and death. Drawing from the myth of Asclepius, Ophiuchus embodies the thin line between life and death. And when you think about it, that's also kind of heavily associated with snakes, for example, because many of them are poisonous. Many of them could kill you. But many of them are also completely harmless. And what unites all of them is they have that ability to shed their skin and grow. And it's kind of a symbol of, death and rebirth, renewal, transformation. So this often makes Ophiuchus a sign of profound transformation and change, often associated with significant life transformation, transitions, rebirth, and deep psychological change. This is also seen by how Ophiuchus makes up the same part of the sky as the galactic center. The galactic center is a highly energetic point in the sky that, when planets pass over, go through a death and rebirth. Connection to the serpent symbolism. The serpent is a powerful symbol across many cultures, often representing wisdom, power, and rebirth. In the context of Ophiuchus, the serpent symbolizes the potential for renewal, the shedding of old skins, and the emergence of new perspectives and realities. It signifies wisdom and that is both ancient and continually renewing itself, which is reflected in the personalities of those who resonate with Ophiuchus. Balancing the Sagittarius and Scorpio energies. Ophiuchus sits between Scorpio on the one hand and Sagittarius on the other hand in the zodiac, and astrologically it is often thought to blend the qualities of these two signs. From Scorpio, Ophiuchus inherits its depth, intensity, and a passion for exploring the unknown. From Sagittarius, it borrows the love of freedom, optimism, and the quest for higher knowledge. This makes Ophiuchus a complex and multifaceted sign, embodying the mysteries of Scorpio and the wisdom of Sagittarius. So what is the date range of Ophiuchus? That falls roughly between November 30th and December 17th. It's ruled by the element of fire and the planet Jupiter. The lucky color associated with Ophiuchus is purple. My favorite color. I'm not an Ophiuchian, but it's my favorite color anyway. Lucky flowers, pansies, calamus, black roses, etc. Personality: capricious, hesitant, calm, thoughtful, cold-blooded. Best compatibility: Leo and Gemini. And sidereal astrology, I'm a Leo, so there's something there. Ophiuchus represents the courage and perseverance of fighting against death, and people under the Ophiuchus sign can hardly be defeated. Being loyal and steadfast, they have a strict standard on good and evil. In addition, Ophiuchus people have their own ideal and always stride forward to challenges with strong motivation. Character of Ophiuchus people. Since Ophiuchus is a constellation consisting of two, Ophiuchus and serpents, people under the sign have an entangled character. Think of it as a sophisticated character. Just like the war between Ophiuchus and serpents rather, sometimes they are rational and sometimes sensitive, sometimes philanthropic and sometimes indifferent. That's why they often wonder whether they are like Scorpio or Sagittarius. No matter what they are like, however, they cannot deny the trait of the other half. Located between Scorpio and Sagittarius, Ophiuchus has the advantages and disadvantages of both. Since the star of Ophiuchus at the foot belongs to the tail of Scorpio, the Scorpion character and temperament dominate the Ophiuchus people. So they are calm, thinking, aggressive at times, shrewd, attentive, cold, and mysterious. At the same time, they are similar with the Sagittarius people in terms of passion, insight, and making unremitting efforts to achieving their goal. When it comes to love, Ophiuchus people inherit the characteristics of both zodiac signs as well, and they cherish love very much. Generally, they are very passionate for love and have common points with the people under fire, earth, air, and water signs, hoping to find the true love from them. Different with the Sagittarius people, they like the clingy lover, but they may put an end to the relationship quickly once they find the problems, which is similar with Sagittarius, cutting the knots quickly. In spite of the good tolerance, they may also feel sad in the dark corner due to the inherent Scorpion character. In addition, Ophiuchus people don't like to cause trouble to others, but get used to bearing the pain independently. In fact, they just want others to see their sunny side by doing this, but always make others mistakenly think they are malicious or hiding something. When they have something to show off, they won't tell you, like the low-key Scorpions. When you find it, however, they will be very proud, like the high-key Sagittarians. The Ophiuchus people are so complicated that they are unpredictable and you can hardly tell their next action. The more you contact with them, the more mysterious you will feel that they are. You will not feel the mystery of the Ophiuchus at the very beginning, but after you start learning it, you will find it is nothing but as naive as a pupil or a student. A reminder that we're all learning and growing. It is worth mentioning that Ophiuchus people are very similar to Scorpions when it comes to love, relationships, and they can hardly forget the past. They are very special in bearing grudges. They can remember any gratitude or resentment. Thus, they have complicated feelings in recalling a person as they remember the other's goodness, but also the bad memories. But they cannot let go of those sour times as well. In summary, Ophiuchus people are very complicated and changeable despite their good intentions. Ophiuchus love compatibility, perfect match, Leo. You Ophiuchus people are persistent to love and career, perfectly matching the personality of your Leo lover, who is resolute and affectionate. Therefore, you two can always appreciate and never abandon each other no matter what difficulties you encounter. Best friend, Cancer. You are seemingly optimistic, but always hide a lot in your heart. You cannot help missing the people and things that appeared in your life. And this kind of sadness can only be understood by the thoughtful Cancer friend who is willing to accompany and encourage you and bring you the warm feeling. Best partner, Capricorn. Sometimes you, best partner, I'm thinking, meaning like a partner in business or maybe some kind of political or community relationship or arrangement, whereas the other ones are like, oh, it's your best friend, your lover. Best partner here, probably strictly a business or community type of relationship. And that sign is Capricorn. Sometimes you are enthusiastic and caring, and sometimes cold. With such a personality, you need to find a business partner with the stable moods, such as Capricorns, to complement to each other and make great achievements. All right, now let's get away from the astrology of Ophiuchus, that mysterious 13th sign of sidereal astrology, and let's get back into the spiritual significance of the number 13. So, like I said, 13 kind of embodies that theme of transformation and renewal. Embracing the number 13 often signals a profound journey of spiritual transformation. This number invites individuals to venture into the depths of their inner selves, uncovering layers of wisdom and growth. It's a call to shed old patterns and welcome new beginnings. By aligning with the number 13, one can experience personal growth, overcoming challenges, and emerging stronger. Renewal, releasing past burdens and embracing fresh perspectives. Intuition, trusting inner guidance more deeply. Awareness, heightened perception of life's interconnectedness. Through this transformative process, the number 13 serves as a beacon, encouraging an embrace of change and a deeper connection to the spiritual journey. Divine feminine energy. In the domain of divine feminine energy, the number 13 resonates deeply with goddess symbolism and the rhythm of lunar cycles. It evokes the nurturing, intuitive power often associated with female deities and the moon's phases. This connection invites individuals to embrace their inner wisdom and the transformative energy of the feminine spirit. Goddess symbolism. The number 13 often resonates with goddess symbolism, embodying the essence of divine feminine energy and its transformative power. This sacred number is deeply linked to various goddesses across different cultures, each representing unique aspects of femininity and spiritual growth. The mystical 13 encourages individuals to embrace inner wisdom, intuition, and nurturing qualities. Empowerment. It symbolizes the strength found in embracing one's true self. Transformation. 13 reflects the natural cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Intuition. It enhances one's ability to trust inner guidance. Creativity. 13 inspires artistic expression and innovation. The influence of lunar cycles. Rooted in ancient traditions, lunar cycles have always held a profound influence over the divine feminine energy, guiding spiritual growth and inner transformation. The number 13, often associated with lunar phases, represents the cyclical nature of life and the continuous renewal of the spirit. Each phase of the moon mirrors stages of inner development, from new beginnings to full illumination and introspective darkness. The divine feminine, symbolized by goddesses and maternal archetypes, thrives in this rhythmic dance, fostering intuition, emotional wisdom, and nurturing creativity. By aligning with these natural cycles, individuals can harness the moon's energy to deepen their spiritual journey embracing change and renewal with grace and confidence. Lunar influence. The number 13 inspires a harmonious connection between the cosmos and the soul. Cycles of life. 13 symbolizes the perpetual cycles of life, reflecting continuous growth, transformation, and renewal. It's a number that captures the essence of change and evolution, reminding individuals of the natural ebb and flow of existence. Life is a series of phases, each offering opportunities for personal and spiritual development. Beginnings. Every end marks a new beginning. Growth. Challenges encourage personal expansion. Transformation. Change is essential for spiritual evolution. Renewal. After every hardship comes rejuvenation. Completion. Each cycle brings a sense of fulfillment. Understanding the significance of 13 can inspire a deeper appreciation for life's rhythms. It encourages embracing every phase, knowing that each moment is a step towards greater wisdom and enlightenment. And as someone with a former background in science and mathematics, what occurred to me is that the number 13 is also significant from a mathematical perspective. It is not only a Fibonacci sequence number, but is the last prime number in the Fibonacci sequence. So what is the Fibonacci sequence? The Fibonacci numbers are a series of integers defined as f0 equals 0, f1 equals 1, and fn, the function of n, equals fn minus 1 plus fn minus 2. So the sequence of Fibonacci numbers starts 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. Because 1 plus 1, 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, and so on. And 13 is, in fact, the last prime number in the Fibonacci sequence, and that is so cool. The first two numbers are 0 and 1, and thereafter every number is equal to the sum of the two previous numbers. This is illustrated above, where the side of each square is equal to the sides of two previous squares combined. When a spiral is drawn using circular arcs across each square, it is called the Fibonacci spiral. The Fibonacci sequence is named after the medieval mathematician Leonardo Fibonacci, not Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo Fibonacci, who popularized the number sequence in his book Liber Abaci, in the early 13th century. He used the Fibonacci sequence to predict the population growth of breeding rabbits. The Fibonacci numbers appear frequently in nature, for example, in the petal leaves of flowers and in the spiral shape of shells. The Fibonacci sequence is also heavily interconnected with the golden ratio, since the ratio between neighboring Fibonacci numbers gets closer and closer to the golden ratio. The higher the numbers get. So what is the golden ratio? The golden ratio, or Q, is defined as A plus B divided by A equals A divided by B equals phi. And phi is that irrational number. It's the golden ratio. Phi equals 1.618, etc., etc. but roughly 1.6 is the golden ratio. So this means that when the ratio between A and B is the same as the ratio between A plus B and A, it is the golden ratio. I don't know what may be the deeper meaning behind this connection between the number 13 primes, the Fibonacci sequence, and the golden ratio. I just thought it's really interesting and fascinating connection there somehow. But I do know that it seems to indicate that the number 13 has a powerful presence within nature and the fabric of reality itself. I also felt called to offer up this interesting side in connection with a specific Fibonacci number. While going through a list of Fibonacci numbers, I noticed the number 987, which is also an angel number and a mirror of another angel number, which is a personal lucky number of sorts, and that number is 789. So what is the meaning behind 789? It is a sign from the universe to follow your spiritual path with determination and optimism. Embrace new opportunities fearlessly, knowing that they align with your soul's purpose. Trust your intuition and the guidance of your angels as you navigate through life's changes. 789 also indicates that the guardian angels approve of your choices and decisions, along with congratulating you for accomplishing your goals. 789 signifies that you are about to embark on an enlightening and productive journey. Moreover, the other angel number, that mirror, 987, brings a message about your lifestyle and career choices and prompts you towards fulfilling your true soul's duty. If you have been feeling unclear or confused about your true life purpose, angel number 987 tells you to listen to your intuition and follow its guidance. Do some exploration while, listening to your higher self, listening to your intuition. Put your inner wisdom and knowledge into all that you do, as it is time to steer your life and career towards a spiritually based practice and or profession, heart-based service, project or venture, or something that really connects with you on a deep level and always has. The angels guide, encourage, and support you as you focus upon your life purpose as a light worker. Really interesting, right? Sacred geometry. In sacred geometry, the number 13 holds a profound resonance, symbolizing the unity of the material and spiritual spheres. It bridges the gap between the physical world and the higher zones, encouraging a holistic view of existence. 13 is often seen as a structure of sacred shapes, like the Metatron's cube, which encapsulates the essence of creation. This number emphasizes the interconnectedness of life's patterns, urging individuals to recognize the divine order within chaos. It inspires one to seek balance and harmony, aligning their earthly actions with spiritual purpose. By contemplating the sacred geometry of 13, they can access deeper insights, fostering a sense of unity and awakening a deeper, greater understanding of their place in the cosmos. Modern spiritual interpretations of the number 13. Many contemporary spiritualists view the number 13 as a potent symbol of transformation and rebirth, challenging old paradigms and encouraging profound personal growth. This number's energy is seen as a call to embrace change and welcome new beginnings. As individuals navigate the journey of transformation, they often find themselves contemplating the spiritual significance of the number 14 as well, which is viewed as a bridge to greater wisdom and harmony. This number encourages the integration of past lessons while fostering a deeper understanding of one's purpose. Together, 13 and 14 symbolize a continuum of growth, inviting seekers to explore the depths of their spirituality. In a similar vein, the spiritual significance of the number 27 is often linked to the idea of divine support and guidance during times of upheaval. Those who resonate with this number may find themselves on a journey towards inner wisdom and enlightenment, reinforcing the notion that transformation is intrinsically connected to spiritual awakening. Embracing both numbers encourages individuals to navigate their paths with courage and an open heart. Additionally, those who explore numerology often recognize the spiritual significance of the number 17 as a symbol of inner wisdom and intuition. It is believed to represent a bridge between the material and spiritual realms, guiding individuals towards enlightenment and a deeper self-awareness. Both numbers remind us of the cyclical nature of life and the potential for rebirth through self-discovery. Modern interpretations often highlight the role of 13 in facilitating spiritual awakenings. People who resonate with 13 may find themselves drawn to breaking free from limiting beliefs, embracing new opportunities and challenges, exploring deeper spiritual truths, cultivating resilience and inner strength. And these interpretations reflect a shift from fear to empowerment, encouraging individuals to trust their intuitive insights. Embracing the number 13 can lead to a more enriched, enlightened path, guiding one towards a higher state of being. So, now that we know and we've taken a deep dive into the spiritual significance associated with the number 13, what then is the meaning behind the repeating angel number 1313? The angel number 1313 is often seen as a sign to embrace your creativity, trust your intuition, and prioritize your goals and passions, as it signifies a time of significant change and transformation. Here's a more detailed breakdown. 1313 can indicate that you are on the cusp of significant change, and its message is to embrace these shifts with positivity and confidence. Creativity and intuition. This number can encourage you to tap into your creative side and trust your intuition, as you are likely on the right path. Prioritize your goals and passions. It's also a sign to focus on your goals and passions, even if they seem unconventional, as they hold the key to unlocking new opportunities. Communication and storytelling. 1313 highlights the power of communication and storytelling, suggesting you should express yourself authentically and share your unique perspective. Empathy and artistry. The number 1313 encourages and embodies artistry and empathy, encouraging you to connect with your emotions and use your skills to make a positive impact. And finally, twin flame considerations. In the context of twin flames, 1313 can also indicate a need to focus on self-love and spiritual growth as you navigate the journey of connecting with your twin flame. How to embrace the spiritual meaning of the number 13 in your life? Well, now that you understand some of the key significant spiritual meanings associated with the number 13, here are some ways that you can incorporate this energy into your life. Meditate. Regular meditation can help you connect with your intuition and develop a deeper understanding of the spiritual meaning of the number 13 in your life. Set aside time each day to sit quietly and focus on this number, allowing its energy to flow through you. Journal. Write down any thoughts, dreams, or experiences related to the number 13. This can help you gain insights into how this energy is affecting your life and what lessons it may be trying to teach you. Explore your creativity. Embrace your creative side by engaging in activities such as painting, writing, or dancing. Allow yourself to express your thoughts and feelings through these mediums, using the energy of 13 to guide your creativity and express yourself authentically. Practice gratitude. Acknowledge the ways in which the spiritual meaning of the number 13 has manifested in your life. Be grateful for the opportunities it presents and the lessons it teaches you. In conclusion, the spiritual meaning of the number 13 is multifaceted and can be interpreted in various ways depending on your beliefs and perspectives. By understanding this energy and embracing its positive aspects, you can harness its power to inspire creativity, intuition, and growth in your life. So while exploring the meaning and the significance behind the number 13, this number also brought me down a rabbit hole of learning more about the Archangel Metatron by way of the number's connection with sacred geometry, specifically Metatron's cube. Although I am not a believer or adherent of any Abrahamic religions or faiths, I do believe in angels, and I couldn't help but become fascinated by the mystery, story, and legend of this enigmatic angel. And I thought it might be a good way to wrap up this discussion of superstition shrouded numbers, specifically that of 13. So let me just show you a picture of Metatron's cube so you have in mind what I'm talking about. So this is in fact the sacred geometry of Metatron's cube. That is what Metatron's cube looks like. So there's 13 circles there, number 13, and a six-pointed star kind of interlaid within a hexagon, of course a six-sided shape. So really fascinating, and it kind of totally ties everything together that I've been talking about. So who is Metatron? Metatron is an angel in Judaism, Gnosticism, and Islam. Metatron is mentioned 3 times in the Talmud. That's basically the Jewish Bible. In a few brief passages of the Agadah, the Targum, and in mystical Kabbalistic texts within rabbinic literature, again, Judaism. The figure forms one of the traces for the presence of dualistic proclivities in Gnosticism and the otherwise monotheistic vision of the Tanakh. In rabbinic culture, or in rabbinic literature, he is sometimes portrayed as serving as the celestial scribe. The name Metatron is not mentioned in the Torah or the Bible, and how the name originated is a matter of some debate and speculation. In Islamic tradition, he is known as the Metatron, the angel of the veil. In Jewish Apocrypha, the early Kabbalah and rabbinic literature, Metatron is the name that Enoch received after his transformation into an angel. Metatron is a mysterious angel who appears only in Jewish mystical texts, particularly within the Kabbalistic tradition. But unlike most angels, Metatron is unique. He's depicted as the most powerful angel, most powerful of all of the angels. So powerful, in fact, that he has been called the Little Yahweh. Metatron is believed to have once been Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, who was elevated to angelic status. There aren't any other angels who started out as humans and later became angels. Interestingly, Metatron is only mentioned in non-canonical books. That is, books that were left out of the Bible. There's no mention of him in the Christian Old Testament or the Hebrew Bible, the Tanakh. All of this has made him a mysterious and even controversial figure. In the third book of Enoch, Metatron says of God, "He called me, the lesser Yahweh, in the presence of his whole household, in the height, as it is written, my name is in him." This title implies that Metatron has an exalted position in heaven and is exceptionally closer to Yahweh, God. The controversy among scholars and theologians regarding Metatron's title as the Lesser Yahweh is quite natural given its potential challenge to traditional views of the angelic hierarchy. This title raises some compelling questions. If Metatron is referred to as a lesser form of Yahweh, does it imply that God is sharing his divine powers? Such an idea could appear to stretch the boundaries of monotheism. However, it is important to note that the term lesser is crucial here. It serves to clearly differentiate Metatron from the Almighty, the greater Yahweh. In doing so, this distinction helps to uphold the fundamental Jewish principle of monotheism while simultaneously recognizing Metatron's elevated status within this divine realm. This careful balancing act reflects the intricate and nuanced nature of theological interpretation in Jewish mysticism. Metatron's cube, that shape that I had just shown you. Another intriguing aspect associated with Metatron is the concept of Metatron's cube. This geometric figure is a symbol derived from the flower of life, interestingly enough, which is composed of 13 circles. When these circles are connected by straight lines, it forms a complex structure known as Metatron's cube. Metatron cube symbol. This symbol is not directly mentioned in traditional Jewish texts, but has been adopted in various mystical and esoteric traditions. It's a powerful representation of sacred geometry, symbolizing the underlying patterns and structures of the universe. Metatron's cube is thought to represent the interconnectedness of all things in the cosmos, reflecting the belief that everything in the universe is part of a divine geometric plan. In modern esotericism, it is sometimes used as a symbol of protection, balance, and harmony, believed to act as a visual expression of the energy flows of the universe as governed by an entity as powerful as Metatron. Metatron remains the most intriguing angel, known for his unique origins and extraordinary powers. Just as God incarnated as Jesus to walk among humans, Enoch also underwent a transformation to become Metatron, taking his place among the celestial beings. While he plays no role in canonical texts, he has inspired much esoteric speculation. And with that, that kind of concludes and wraps up my discussion of, these numbers that have traditionally been associated with, some pretty dark and negative contexts and connotations, but ultimately they are just numbers. So take of it what you will, take it with a grain of salt. But on the other hand, going back into deep time and ancient traditions, we see that these numbers, such as 13, the number 6, the angel number 666, and the angel number 1313, they're associated with such deep and powerful spiritual meanings, and just really associated with some powerful, positive, and healing connotations and meanings as well. And it's high time that we get over the superstitious fear of these numbers and embrace the real truth of them. Like these numbers are associated with some powerful spiritual and angelic meanings. Yeah, that's about all I had to say. It's like these are not the numbers that you have grown up to fear. You may have been raised to fear. You should not fear them anymore. Embrace the deep divine spiritual truth behind them. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for bearing with me and traveling down this rabbit hole on the meaning of 13 and says as we went through all the intricate ins and outs of the spiritual meaning, ultimately ending on the Archangel Metatron and the Metatron cube, which kind of tied it all together in a strange way. So I hope you all enjoyed the journey down this interesting, mysterious, and esoteric rabbit hole, and I hope you gained a lot of deep esoteric wisdom from it. And all I have to say is thank you. Namaste. Blessed be everyone.